Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. In a BTC short. Mm, mm, mm. Careful, careful. Yeah, to me, this zone already had already reacted and back tested the previous zone and then came back and taken out this high. So careful, careful. That's what I would say if I was in a short. If I was in a short right now, I'd be careful. Also, yeah, not too much structure breakdown. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna start. We'll just start fresh here. We'll just start fresh here. That's a pretty good looking line, but I'm gonna delete it nonetheless. And this guy, you can go away. And yeah, so this was this Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, this is what changed everything on the chart since yesterday. Um, we had rolled over and broken a little bit of structure here, and I was hoping to come down a little further. I think Alex had a GP, or I think Alex had a long right here. I'm pretty sure Alex had a long right there, which was obviously the right move, as opposed to the way I was looking at it, right? But anyways, we come back and we break this, and then we go, okay, well, I mean, back to game on. We're still dealing with your high and your low, and having swept your low is very early indications that you're going back up to your high, right? And yeah, after yesterday, I would see that. I would personally say that seems a little bit more clear at this point. I would personally say that seems a little bit more clear at this point. Um, so essentially, I'm looking for. Where is it? That's fine. We'll go to the 15. Essentially, I'm looking for a long right about here-ish. That's what I would like. Now, having said that, the long may very well be right here. Uh, but yeah, I'm looking for a long up in here. Market just opened, so let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. So far, we have perch. We got this little snap down on market open, putting in a big wick. Looks to have filled some orders. We have already swept the initial low. We do have all these highs stacked right in here. So it probably wants all them's. Top of the morning, Anthony Soprano. I'm personally, I'm looking forward to getting out of this stinking range myself, but probably going to be stuck here for a while. So, you know, we'll be patient. And I'll also be transparent and say that I have personally had a more difficult time trading lately. Really, I'd say since we put in that last all-time high, things have not. It just hasn't been my favorite trading environment. Yeah, and then we come back and crack that guy out. See, I knew it was on the 15. I could have swore it was on the 15. I don't know why I didn't see it before. Anyways, um, really not surprised to see price come up here, and then if it does, I guess we should have built a flow chart on BTC. Yeah, I mean those look like those are pretty easy to take. Where's my buttons? There's my buttons. Those look pretty easy to take. Let's play around with some different time frames here. Hopefully not anything interesting in here. I mean, you might get a little bit of pushback up here. I don't expect it's like a lot, though. Don't suspect it's a lot. Get my weird dots out of here. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I kind of feel like, yeah, I kind of feel like it's up today. That'd probably be, God, that could be over the weekend before we get all the way up there. Let's kick some of these ideas down so we don't have to stare at them. Sweet. Anybody got any questions? Bitcoin's just been boring lately, man. It has been boring. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I might kind of, if you can ask me a Bitcoin question, then ask me a Bitcoin question, because outside of that, I just don't know if I have anything else to say. I say all the same shit I always say, right? How does your structure look up from the low here? Can we draw? Looks pretty good, right? Primary structure up from the low, internal to the last leg. This arrow still points this direction, man. It still points that direction. So, yeah, I mean, like, it's trying to find stuff to talk about in here was hard enough as it is. This is still, this and this are just still the most relevant pieces of information on my chart. They don't get more relevant than those for me, and we just stuck playing. And now we're at the fucking equilibrium too, right? So even less fun. So yeah, if you guys have questions, like holler, haul hair, and let's get them answered. Dude, why you keep trying to tell me to watch Super Bowl LIX? I don't want to do that. Fuck the Super Bowl. Trying to figure out what to put on this lower banner on the old YouTube stream here. I don't think anybody's pulling out their phone to scan a QR code from their phone they're watching the stream on, so I haven't quite figured that one out. But we gotta get something down there. We gotta put something worthwhile down there. XRP from yesterday. It worked. It's kind of ugly. I mean, obviously the way I draw it makes it like really easy. It did do the exact same narrative, right? What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if we did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Break. Back test. High. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, give me something to look at, guys. Give me something to look at. Give me something to look at, because this is it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. Soul? What do we got here, Soul? I would have never seen that low coming there. Nah, I wouldn't. I would not have seen that. Yeah, I would not have seen that. God, we need to get some stuff out of here, though. So it got taken out of this swing trade only for it to just continuing the direction I wanted it to. That's fine. Whatever. I didn't want to lose any money on it. I'm fine reapproaching this as a swing trade after we get back above. Probably that guy back test into here. Yeah, I'm happy to take a crack at target 2 on that one next, but later. Not for me right now. Not for me right now. Still no questions. That's right. There's probably only like was like 10 people watching, right? So, how many questions are we really gonna get out of 10 people? What's been moving? Hype, hype, hype. Yeah, of course you wouldn't work there. That demand sure held its ground. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that looks pretty high. LTC on the cranker, huh? Interesting. Jasmine. Somebody asked me about that yesterday, I think. Like somebody asked me about that yesterday. But I'm like, why did we? I don't remember why we brought that stop loss so low. It just I don't really recall. I don't particularly recall that one. So we start. I'm just gonna start hammering through some things here. Come on, internet, don't be cooperative, please. Please be cooperative. We really pulled that low again on AR. Yeah, pretty sure we talked about that. We get back to alphabetical orders and okay, and we did pull this guy on ADA. Or that's Aave. That was a while ago. Aave. All right. So Aave, cool. CH ADA. Yeah, looks good. Arrow. What the fuck was that chart? ACH. Anyways, ADA. Yeah, pull low. Looks like a Model 1 reaccumulation. Looks pretty good. I think your spring confirms once you clear this guy. Yeah, that chunk price action there. What else we got? What else we got? Eagle. Yeah, Eagle could turn up from here. I see that. Let's see. Do we have any? Tia ended up not taking the low. I know. I saw that. Fine. I saw that. And you know what? I think that's bullshit. Because I did see that. I did see that, and I thought the same thing as you're thinking. I was like, well, that's bullshit. Well, that's bullshit. It could happen still. It could happen still. Let's get rid of some garbage on here. This, you know what? We're gonna wipe the Tia chart. We're gonna wipe the Tia chart. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Wipe this thing. Let's remove them. Get them out of here. I mean, it would just. It still has it. It still has a pretty large chunk of price action sitting right on top of it, right? Like all that junk up there. Um, so I think there's still a possibility that could happen. Like, why the hell? Nah, I think that's still on the table, man. I really still think that's on the table. Be so much easier just to pull that low one more time. Just fucking, just something like that. I absolutely think it's still on the table though. Ondo, what happened to Ondo? I don't even remember about all this shit. I come on and I talk about all these charts with you guys, and then typically I'm off to work, and by the end of the day, I don't even remember what in the hell we covered on stream. I don't know what we talked about. None of it makes any fucking sense to me. No, I'm just joking. I guess it does make sense to me. Guys, I don't fucking remember. I just don't remember. Why did it do that? We on the targeting 214, he says. I think that's what he said, targeting 214. Your gateway to 214 is a little higher. For me, I have that. Guys, I always have that rule that I play by, which your highest time frame structure between the high and the low. So a break of there, and you're likely to experience some manner of retracement prior to your next leg up. Yeah, likely to. I mean, obviously it has a permission to do whatever in the goddamn hell it wants to, but I would say your gateway to like, yeah, 214 is locked in as a target. Um, I'd say you got to get just a scotch higher for me, just a scotch higher. A wee little scotch, just a touch, a tad. Um, yeah, yeah. But I mean, wouldn't be surprised at all to see Ondo take 214. I just don't know if it's like fully in the cards yet. Yeah, purge it that low right there. Actually, purged both of those. Just took them both. Boom, boom, and then started running directly afterwards. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Early signs, just the same ways. That would really be the same way as I was saying on Bitcoin like a while back. When we took out this low, that I was like, okay, hey, we're quite likely to re-challenge the all-time high now, but we do got to get above this before I can be like super confident about that. That would be like the equivalent of Ondo getting over here. That would be the equivalent of that. Yeah, yep. We take the no, still farting around. It's all right. Take your time, Bitcoin. Take your time. I got all day, bro. Mocking it. And it made me cough. It was mocking it and made me cough. Oh, what were we doing? We were flipping through random charts still. I think that's what I was doing. See if I can find something interesting that's just totally trading differently than a lot of these other assets are. ARB. Now that's one. That's one that is hitting into those swing trade levels. So let's take a quick look at ETH then, because somebody told me who was really smart. I think his name is Alex. There's some relation between these two. I don't know anything about that stuff. They're all just candlesticks and charts to me. So ETH gets into the first swing long zone that I was looking at, is currently testing resistance right here. Okay, so ETH could, in theory, go lower still. So I just want to keep that in mind when I look at this ARB chart. No, I really think it makes more sense to turn up here. Quite likely today you're going to be staring at a 4-hour break in structure on ARB. If that's going to be a really good look for ARB, guys. That's going to be a super good look for ARB. I think I really watch this be the time I regret doing this. I'm trying to refine this supply. Okay, fine. Let's just not do that. Let's just not do that. The way I would want ARB to play is come up here, break this, initiate, fill this fair value gap, resist, mitigate, continue. I'd like to see ARB flow a little like that. Confirm some demand down underneath here. That's where that's kind of how I'd like to see ARB flow up out of here. And I think that's something I've said it a couple times this week, guys. I think swing trades are activating right now, and into they're on the activations. They're on the activations. Oh, could you recap the reasons behind the BNP shorts back down, down? Yeah. Because I'm kind of curious what in the hell happened on that chart anyway. So let's go back and take a look at that. Okay, well, I mean, the unfortunate thing is, I mean, this is where I really want to start looking for shorts was here, but pretty bullish response after a sweep of that. Man, you even pulled this low too. Ooh, I don't know, it starts to look better already. It really does. But I can go through my justification for it. My justification for it was pretty straightforward. It was pretty straightforward. Let's see. Let's go to the daily chart. Um, so I was looking at it as a more macro version of some prior TA from last year somewhere, right? Where you had this curl of liquidity coming up to the high, and then you manipulate above it and expand bearishly back down below the range low, back down into demand, right? So this was much of what's on my chart right now is was some older TA, because yeah, I got the whatever, doesn't matter. So I was looking at this as just a like kind of a larger fractal of the same concept. Boom, boom, now into boom, boom. Um, with the exception that I guess if you were going to think of it from a fractal standpoint, this would then have to clear this. But it looked a lot like a Model 1 distribution to me. This looked like a lot like a potential Model 1 distribution. And it may be. I may actually not be wrong about that. But you're still really like your primary structure, you're still stuck in between this and range bound. So and then yeah, you look at this, and that's just a wick. All that is a wick, right? Where I say start looking for shorts. That's daily market structure up there. That's a daily market structure point. You've got your two bullish candles consecutively together right here. You have your two bearish candles consecutively together right there, making this a daily range. And you failed the low of the daily range. That is not a break. That's not a close. That's a wick. That looks a lot more like an SFP on the daily. So yeah, I mean, I always like to hunt for charts that can have these massive crashes because they're really fun to watch happen. Yeah, so far, no, you're internal to this stuff still now too. So I mean, technically, it would be you're now internal to these. Yeah, that looks like it could. It looks like it could go back up from here. It just didn't. It just didn't really break the level I was hoping for. Now there might have been a stream I was on before where I was like, "Oh shit, it broke the level." We started looking for shorts. Well, my dumbass neglected to go up to the daily time frame and double check that information, and yeah, it looks as if I did say that shit, I was wrong. That's what it looks like to me. Also, could you recap the reason behind? Oh, that's the same question. That's the same question. That was the same question. Oh, and there we go. Right. Boom. Sweep your range low. Take your range high. Boom. Pow. 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 All right. Back to looking for interesting charts. I mean, they're all interesting, but I just want to get back through some. Boom, boom. You're gonna piss me off, aren't you? Yeah, you are. You bastard. Might have been a full ass rug pull right there. I don't know. I mean, then again, there's a part of me that goes like, I found some charts with a little bit more data back here. Like this candle is longer, started a little bit lower, um, but I don't know, man. I mean, like if it breaks 8 hour structure right here. Let's get rid of some stuff on this. Let's delete everything up here. Okay, fucking whatever. Fine, delete more than I wanted to. See what you bastard. Okay, so if you break 8 hour structure right there, and then you get through this 8 hour order block with imbalance, right? Well, I mean, like, dude, this thing it really could start running. Yeah, you got supply up here you're gonna need to be aware of. But I mean, even just like from a spot perspective, BOEM is gonna look it's gonna look pretty good here pretty soon. It's gonna look pretty good pretty soon. I do suspect it will. Yeah, I think that one can really start cranking, man. Just give me some bullish structure. Just give me some bullish structure first. No bullish structure yet. I don't know if that ICO price label is accurate. I really don't know. Would you not be interested to short the supply zone at 107,500? Let's see. Let's go find a supply zone at 107,500. Oh, that thing? Um, well, I mean, like it could be interesting to short. I'm not interested in shorting that to a lower low and breaking any of this stuff. Nah, no, no. I think it's pretty clear we're coming for the all-time high, guys. I think that's pretty clear at this point. Now, you know, is it going to come to the all-time high like this and, just print another bullish candle and print another bullish candle and print another bullish candle and print another? No, I suspect that's probably not going to be the case. Somewhere, somehow, it should form some manner of structure, do further mitigations on its way up. So this could trigger a higher high that leads to a higher low that leads to a higher high. So it might be an interesting area to look for a scalp, but I wouldn't be super yeah, I would not be aggressive with that, man. I wouldn't be aggressive with that at all. So price of the moment. Yeah, I wouldn't be too aggressive on it. I wouldn't. It could definitely provide some stopping power. I just don't think it provides reversing power. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And thanks for asking the question. Appreciate all the questions, guys. I really do. I really do. I really mean that. I come on here, like, because I could just be sitting in an office by myself, just, trading and whatnot. I come on here, well, for a couple of primary reasons. One, because when you guys ask me all these questions, it forces me to critically think and it forces me to commit to certain decisions and own those decisions, be them right or wrong. Which is really helpful in my process as growing. That's yeah, and then I just genuinely like helping people. But why in the hell? I don't even know why the fuck. I just, dude, my mouth just goes sometimes. I literally have no idea why the hell I was even saying that. My mouth just goes sometimes. Brett, I don't think will look terrible when you purge this low, which is your highest time frame structure. Well, yeah, it's still, it's a very significant low. I think it's pretty safe to say that whomever got involved in this low right down here had a very dramatic impact on the market. I think we can look in hindsight and say that's an objectively a true statement. And if you purge that and then return your 4-hour market structure to bullish off of it, um, does it look like a bullish chart? I would reckon that would start to look pretty effing bullish. Yeah. Yeah, I'd reckon that would start to look pretty effing bullish over on the Bretts. Let's pound through these. CKB. This needs some cleaning up. This needs some cleaning up. Why does my internet want to run like shit right now? Don't do that. I actually don't love this chart as much. I do still see very far upside potential. Get this out of here. Get this. Just stop. Just what? Fucking whatever. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just get on here and let's just do it. Go away. This can go away. Cool. Yeah, let's see. This is the most relevant piece of price action. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not loving this one as much. Outside of, I need to see it back above 009. 009. Let's see it back above there. And then I would say that is a hell of a manipulation. Nope, don't like this chart. That chart does not look as directly bullish to me. Compound looks good with a 1, 2, 3. That looks like a Model 1 reaccumulation to me. Where did this happen? Yeah, that looks good. Back test of this previous range. All of this being demand from back when you broke up out of it. Come on, computer. Come on, computer. I'm running like shit. Hold on. Do I have like 4,500 internet tabs open? Bear with me here. Things are starting to get real sloppy at my end. I need to close like everything down. So what happens when you try to stream from a computer that only has 8 gigabytes of RAM? Yeah, this is a computer issue. Bear with me, guys. My RAM is getting assaulted. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can do this, man. Just close something, bro. Oh, that's the problem. I left fucking Adobe Express open. That thing is a hog. Hog. Let's go, computer. Please close some stuff down. Oh, already. Much better. Yeah, I bet you money that it was Adobe Express tabs. Let's close some more shit down. So this stuff probably doesn't matter. Let's get you closed down. Okay, I think I can get back to this now. Let's see. Hey, still didn't work, huh? Bro, I'm gonna send you screenshots. Because I swear to God, I clicked the fucking button, bro. Swear to God. Too white. Yeah, bro, you need sunglasses over here. You gonna need some sunglasses to watch this stream. DXY, what's that doing? These days? Cool. All right, don't hate that. Man, no, this computer still wants to run pretty poorly right now. Let's go back to the daily, please. EOS actually looks pretty good right here. Yeah, I think EOS looks really good right here. Pretty significant area of demand that you just interacted with. Multiple wicks along the low, looking fairly accumulative in that area. Yeah, this has already been pre-mitigated. Yeah, EOS looks good here as well. We're just out hunting for, I guess hunting may not be the right word. I think I'm out here trying to shed some light on the fact that I believe many swing trades are activating like nowish. Oh, that's Forex. We don't want that chart. It's a cool chart though. Cool chart. Yeah. This guy. Let's flow key look right here. Looks pretty. Oh, this is file. Sorry. Yeah, I think file looks pretty good here. You just see so many things have like pulled some manner of significant low. I'm sorry that my computer is just hating on me right now. It'd be cool if it wasn't. It'd be really neat. Is there more tabs that can be closed still? I swear to God. I saw this advertisement in say it's like in a couple of months, NVIDIA is launching this new like $3,000 little like mini supercomputer thing that is it's really designed with the architecture to run your own AI models off of. But it looks cool. I want to buy one. I think I want to buy one. I don't know if it'll be any better for the shit I do, but I'm just a geek, and I want one. Floki. I actually want a little lower. I still want a little lower on Floki. Gala, nobody cares. Grass, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Yeah, you pissed me off, Grass. I guess that was the last thing we talked about, was pulling that low for a Model 1 reaccumulation. I suppose we did talk about that. H-bar, what are we doing over here? H-bar, what are we doing over here? Honestly, you're being kind of a boring bitch. You're being kind of a boring bitch is what you're doing. I could see further longs coming out of this area on hype. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. What would be a reasonable target? Shoot for that eye right there. ICX. What's the deal here? Yeah, see, again. Why does I didn't take it, my bad, didn't take it. Okay, I was getting all excited. I'm like, why does that fucking chart gotta look like this right now? ID. That's awfully in the red there. What do we got going on here? What do we got going on here? I think this was my old spot perspective. That's what that was. ID doesn't look so hot here. No, I think ID wants to take all of this remaining liquidity out after having interacted with that supply. I think it's coming back for all of that. I think your longs on ID are down at 28 cents. Could be wrong, right? Obviously, could be wrong. But yeah, I think that could go down still. I think that one could go down still. What do we got here? Two white brew. Oh yeah, I want to short the all-time high. Yeah. We could start talking about shorting the all-time high again. Yeah, I absolutely want to short the all-time high. There's just a couple of things. Hold on, let me rearrange some things. Well, is that a duplicate position? Well, we don't need two of them. There's a couple of things that would make me cautious about it. And it's all going to be in the angle of approach to it. It's all going to be in the angle of approach to it. Yeah. It's just going to be like how vertical are we going to get on our interaction with it? Are we going to approach? Let's pretend that these are candlesticks. Okay. Are we going to approach? We're going to approach the all-time high looking like this. Because if we are, well, then I'm not really going to be particularly interested in shorting it at all whatsoever. If we approach it like that, right? No, can't do that. Can't do that. We want to, let me see if I can doodle it out. I want to see it come like up and then like up and then like up and then like up and then break something, right? But there needs to be a lot of it needs to have pre-mitigated all of its support, which we're doing a pretty good job of already. We're doing a pretty good job of that. We have not mitigated this area. This is the one area so far that we really don't have a great mitigation on. I guess. All right, there's more than one, but we're not even at the all-time high yet. So all I can tell you is that if you approach it super bullishly, really, really vertically, then I'm not so sure that it's going to work, right? I'm not so sure that it's going to work. Albeit, it worked that time, and that was a very vertical approach. That was a very vertical, but yeah, no, absolutely 100% interested in a short at the all-time high. 100%. Shorting all-time high would be a Model 1 distribution question mark? Yes, that would be a Model 1 distribution. COW looks to have put in a higher high on the 1 hour structure. COW. Okay. COW we do. COW. Not COIW, just COW. Binance, whatever, that's fine. Yeah, it's a higher high, but well, it's not even a higher high yet. But it's not a break in structure. That would not constitute a break in structure for me. And there is a reason for that. And the reason for that is because that low is unchallenged. And so, okay, let me take that back. This would represent a break in structure, but it would be an internal break in structure. You are not breaking the external market structure that got you to where you are. The stuff that exists between here and here. You are not breaking this series of lower lows and lower highs. All of that is still intact. So yeah, it's a potential internal break inside of an area that does make a little bit of sense. I think there's another way you can look at this, though. I think you could look at this. I just saw this, and you know, like it is what it is. Obviously, I never want the initial low left behind, and that's just is what it is, right? It just is what it is. But I do see small potential for something that were to look like this. Like, can we all agree that the low I just picked on is a very significant low on the chart? And that the high I'm picking on right there is a very significant high on the chart. I feel it as though that statement is objective. So what if this is our range, right? Give me purple. And this is our manipulation for a bullish expansion. I want more yellow than that. Come on, man, that's barely even yellow. And this to bullishly expand somewhere back into or above that range, right? So, you know, yeah, I mean, like, boom, 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 boom. So this low, and so yeah, there's another interesting thing on the chart, right? So when you look at your structure, if you were to come from here and then you come up to the high, you go, well, we broke structure here. Yeah, true, you did, and you did set a lower high, and you did set a lower low because of it. True. But that is an internal low to your external market structure points, right? Externally, it's really just a break that way. And so, yeah, a manipulation below this low makes sense. And so if coming from like depths like this, you go one low, too low, boom, right? So this doesn't really break this structure that brought you up here. Okay, I mean, I lied. No, it broke it. It's below it. It's absolutely below it. It totally broke it. But you're back down into this area of demand here that yeah, that it just does. I mean, it just generally doesn't look so bad. I can actually see a power 3 manipulation on this. Yeah, okay, kind of makes sense now. Now that I look at it, that really does seem to make a lot more sense. Yeah, I like that. Thanks for recommending Cal. Don't think I'll trade it. Don't think I'll buy it. But I love me. If this works, these are the kinds of moments I live for. Link leverage. Let's go. Let's go. Little late in the morning to be looking for some further leverage trades, but we're going to see what we can do. We're going to see what we can do with the Linky. Jeez. Why do I have the same position on my chart twice? Why do I do that? It's because I'm always kicking shit to the side to get it out of my way, and then I end up redrawing stuff. I don't know when we planned this. I don't know when we talked about this. I don't know. But we swept the low, set a high, Come down, sweep below, come back up. So we're inside of this, which furthermore has this inside of it. But okay, cool. Ooh, man, you picked a tricky one. You picked a tricky one. Because I can kind of see us having, set some sort of just shorter term high to come back for something to set a higher high. I could see something like that. Ooh, this is a tricky one, man. I don't love the idea of a leverage play here. In all like legitimately, factually speaking, I think Alex would do a far better job of answering this question than myself. The trouble for me is we're just no longer in an area that is super attractive to trade to me, and Alex he'll make lemonade out of fucking anything you give him. Um, this is tough. This is tougher for me because I see that we have pre-mitigated mostly everything. We lack really strong initiations past this point, and that back test, that was the easier of them all. Yeah, we just don't have strong initiations off of any of these. Maybe a little bit here. You got liquidity kind of building up there. Because of that, you have liquidity building up, is what I'm trying to tell you. And yeah, man, that's a tough one. Like I would almost rather short a loss of that. The trouble, I swear I keep hitting this button. The trouble is I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think you're gonna lose it. That's the trouble, right? I'd rather short a loss of that guy. Boom, boom, boom. But I don't know if you're gonna lose that. So yeah, let's see what we can find, man. Interesting. Okay. Having prefaced this with this not being my favorite place to trade, it's not long, not my favorite place to look for a long. This is what I'll say. Oh, that line's not even relevant. God, I hate when I leave old shit on my chart. Well, fucking hell. I mean, I guess you might as well just go for the range high. You're just in a zone that could have so much turbulence to it, though. Just this looks like it could have a lot of turbulence to it. But I suppose I would look at it that way, and it's just simply because I'm just playing this, not losing this structure. Well, let's go look at Bitcoin real quick and see how that would compare on Bitcoin. So I suppose on Bitcoin that would essentially be a back test of this range in general, or this last section of it where it started to print fair value gaps. I guess it would be the equivalent of looking at this chart in this manner here. Yeah, I suppose it would be the equivalent of that, and I don't hate that either. So for that reason, yeah, I suppose that would be my look on leverage. The trouble is like way better covering that low. Yeah, we should get this under this low. We should get this under this low. Yeah, we should. Oh, yeah, I suppose that's a big difference. You have a whole lot of untested supply here. Bitcoin doesn't have that problem currently. No, it doesn't really have that problem currently. Second ETH looking for a low leverage swing trade. I don't think it's necessarily a stupid idea. But we could take a look at ETH through that perspective. Um, leverage swing trade. So, like entering low leverage on a swing trade in this previous idea that we had been sort of, talking about for a little bit of time here, this would put you in a position to where, like, you'd be in profit right now. You would have opportunities to de-risk. Like, you would just have way more options on the table, right? Now if you like enter here, so like in theory, right, you go here and you say, okay, so if we entered here and then we covered that low or covered all of this demand, and then we were still shooting for even this high here, that's a 2-to-1 risk to reward. We got to get all the way up to this guy to see like a 4-to-1 risk to reward on that. Like, yeah, maybe, but I almost feel like it would be better to see this initiate, maybe come out of this supply here, back down to back test something further, and then look for involvement here when you've already returned stuff like daily market structure to bullish from here to here. Um, that would probably be better time. This is like knife catching swing long. That would be like way more sensible swing long. Um, yeah, that so I think I'd want to I think I'd want to like, yeah, wait for this, wait for 3500, um follow the structure that comes down from 3500 and see where it flips, and then maybe approach a swing long more from there to targets like this and this. um yeah, that's kind of, that's, yeah, 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 yes, because you could enter here. The reason I say that, you just, if on this original idea, you're already in a very secure position, right? But what if you enter here only to find out that it was meant to be this one all along? Now, if it was meant to be this one all along, well, then I don't suspect you're even going to put in an internal break. No, I think you will fail before ever achieving targets like this and roll down to something like that. So yes, I would. Yes, yeah. The more I'm talking myself through this, the more I want to see this structure return to bullish, and then look for another crack at it. Outside of that, I'd wait for here, and I would look to short up here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can we put in right now higher high on BTC? Well, I mean, the structure on BTC hasn't broken down, so like you should anticipate higher highs and higher lows. We'll take another look at it really quick, but I do want to take a peek at virtual, and because that chart has been pissing me off lately. Well, never mind. I lied. I don't know why I was talking so much shit about this thing. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about the relevance of this low. We were talking about potential manipulations right beneath it. Doesn't look like we've super manipulated underneath that low. But generally speaking, boom, boom. Yeah, and then you have your own little internal range here where you pull the low here. We look to aim back to the high. It's just a sloppy mess all through here. That's a big sloppy mess right there. But I would, I'm overall bullish on virtual. I think the chart is correct to look fantastic, but you know what would make it look super califragilistic expialidocious, would be a move that would end up looking a little bit more like this. Would be to come up out of here, crack this range that we put in here and here, sweep the high or sweep the low, break the high, get a little bit of turbulence, retest demand, show that demand is now in control on the asset, taking control down in areas like this. That would make it look super califragilistic, if you ask me. So I think I think there's still time on a lot of this stuff, but get your plans together, people. Get your plans together. Oh, and then we're going to go back and take a look at BTC. Can BTC can BTC? What was this question again? Can we literally put in a higher high? Oh, lower high? Oh, lower high for BTC. The lower high for BTC for me would be somewhere in and about this region. That would be that would be where I would anticipate the lower high to be. And then, like in a perfect world, let's assume that the high has been set and we are now going to go set I'm sorry, a higher low. Oh, where do you, wait, no, I think I misread that. Where do you, yeah, the lower high. I'm not expecting a lower high. I'm going to assume you meant higher low because we all do that shit all the time. Um, I would want to ideally be, I mean, like in a perfect world, you get to get back to discount. In a perfect world, you get to get back to discount. But looking at this, I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, just somewhere between, I don't know, call it like 104.8 or 104.9 to 105.574 or 582 or whatever. Just in and about that zone. In and about that zone would be nice. It'd be a nice place for a, yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, touch of supply there. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I think you still have time for a lot of this stuff, guys. I do, but the most important thing is like if you have time, take the time to make a plan. Say, you know what, I would like to attempt a spot position on this asset. Okay, cool. Like, where's my invalidation point? Where am I going to start paying myself if this goes in my direction? How am I going to manage how am I going to manage that trade over the coming, days, weeks, or whatever? Make a plan for it. Make a plan for it. Because the trouble is that if you, personal opinion, it's just a personal opinion, if you do not have a plan already set up for it, and then it starts going the direction you want it to, I don't know. I mean, like when it comes to like higher time frame perspective stuff for me, I like to have my plan set because if I have a good plan that I feel good about, like I've thought through this plan of what like how I'm going to manage this purchase of something, right? Then I feel a lot more confident when it comes time to actually push the buy button, right? Because I'm like, okay, no, I've already thought this through. Not like, oh, I looked at the chart and you're like, oh shit, this, that, or the other's happening. Fuck, I gotta go now, and then I'm gonna figure out my plan. I don't know, man. That for me, that wreaks havoc on my confidence. I want to have a plan together. I want to say, okay, I'm gonna take a run at ETH. Cool. All right. Well, let's go. Maybe let me go do a little bit of fundamental research on ETH then, or whatever the coin is. Maybe it was fucking ICP or something, right? Let me go do a little bit of fundamental research. Let's go see what other people are saying about this. Like just start forming a little bit of a narrative. All right, what's the chart look like? Like how just. To me, having a plan before you take a position is going to give you far better confidence to actually take that position. And furthermore, do better in the position because of it. If you're trying to figure out the plan on the fly, you really didn't have one, then you may mismanage the position all along. I say that because I learned the hard way. All right, it's getting really close to the time where I'm going to be dipping on out of here. So yeah, if we got any other questions, we'll go hop on those real quick, and if not, then I'm looking to get out of here. Anybody has any suggestions as to what in the hell I'm going to do with this lower banner on my on the stream? That'd be sweet because I'm not so convinced that well, whatever. It's open real estate. We should do something fun with it. Major trend, there's a demand we didn't test. Alex, I wonder what you're talking about this fractal and the major trend of the demand we didn't test. And I see some demand down here that we haven't tested, but I don't know if that's what you're referring to. The trouble about that question is I don't know what you mean by major trend. I don't know if you're referring to this trend, like from here to here, or if you're referring to this trend from like here to here. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know that. That's all. That's all. Because I'm an idiot. All right. Yeah. So Link is like hitting that. It's not really going to give you great structure confirmation coming off of it. You're not even really going to get 1 minute market structure off of that. But I don't know. That's where having something else to give you some better confluence probably work a little bit better in your favor there. Yeah, because like VWAPs are way below us, right? VWAPs aren't any help here. This is the kind of trade right here that oscillators are fucking great for, if you ask me. That is the kind of trade that oscillators are really nice for. Whoa, bro. Whoa, bro. What are we doing? Whoa, bro. Sol's going to take it all back if she loses this low. So likely to take it all back. That's if. It's just a simple if statement. That's all. Not when. Just a simple if statement. Yeah, Alex, no problem. What do you typically do to de-risk? I have so many different ways I go about it, man. I have so many different ways that I go about it. Just simply removing margin from a trade is de-risking. Obviously, any adjustment to the gap between your entry and your SL is a de-risk of the position. Planning on removing margin in a position in order to re-enter that into a position lower. So by removing margin, you're de-risking, and then if you have like I don't want to verbalize the second part of that, but de-risking is really just about removing margin or adjusting stop loss. It's the only way you can really de-risk. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for that one. How far below an invalidation point do you place your SL? Well, that all depends, right? I mean, that all depends. I don't know if there's a specific percentage. I don't know if there is a specific percentage. I mean, I guess I'm always trying to cover a potential SFP, right? Like so like let's just I don't know, maybe we just take this cow chart as an example, right? Let's go down to the 12. Why did I say the 12? I want nothing to do with the 12. Let's go to the 15. I want to see if I can find a trade inside of here and give you an example. Okay, so here's one I could give you an example of, right? So you put in that break, you've achieved the discount of your range of price, and then you put in this break right here, right? And so you go, okay, I want to trade this back up to 58, 52. Cool. So let's theorize that was the trading plan, and we're making an entry, and we have demand here, and we're looking for a retest into demand for a trade, right? So let's say that, and now let's go down to the 5. Let's go down to the 5. Let's say that we were using the 5 to execute the trade. Let's just say that we were, right? So we see our first break coming up out of demand, and then we look to enter. and we're going to go up to here, right? So if my target's up to there and I need a 3R trade, it's like, okay, I'm not going to have a 3R trade if I cover any more than this low here. But that low could SFP, right? It could SFP. So I do want to give it a little bit of breathing room right below that low. And if I had to be really arbitrary about it, if I had to take it down to a number, I'm going to slap my deviation template on this, and I'm going to say that the number is going to be this level right here. If I had to give it an arbitrary value, um, I would say that that would be where I would place it. And then furthermore, that can all change in real time for me. Okay, so let's go through this price action really quick, and let's say, okay, so we came up, we came down, we came up, we came down, we came up. Now let's say at this point in time we touch that high and come back down and break this low, right? So price came here and then I see it coming here. Yeah, that's a break of structure on the same time frame or greater than what I took the trade for. So it's like, whoa, no, we need to really look at being more cautious here. If I see this pulling back up from this point after that break, um, I see it pulling up here after it has broken like this, and I'm gonna look to really start de-risking the hell out of that thing, because what I'm expecting in that circumstance is I'm expecting this to roll back over on me, and so I want to drag this up as far as I can to follow it up to wherever this happens in an effort to de-risk out of that. Um, I'd rather lose a little bit of money here and be wrong about it. I don't know, whatever. That's just the way I would do that. Like just to, you know, just as an example, just as a random example from a random chart. That's kind of how I would look at doing that. Okay. All right. I think I've gotten through the Q's and the A's. I think I got through the Q's and A's. ETH because you don't like it. Oh, did I miss ETH for Anthony? Did I miss ETH for Anthony? That's what I feel about ETH. I'm gonna put some ideas on here, but I'm not so convinced that they're even gonna tag. And so you'd lose, like, what would you lose? Do you lose 10-minute? No, I guess you only lose like 5-minute. Where's the range issue mitigation come in? Honestly, I can see a short here in ETH. I can see a short here on ETH. What does Bitcoin look like here? I'm so confused. Hold on. Yeah, there's the major difference. Right? Am I crazy? Okay, let me try and get out of my head what the hell is going through it here. Um, or I'm just gonna bore everybody to death. So I see that we have initiated above a pretty significant high, right? And I see that when doing so, we have entered supply. And so my brain in this section always goes to, okay, so if we ranged and initiated, are we gonna mitigate before continuation? And so my brain is now actively trying to answer the question, like, what are we gonna mitigate, right? What are we gonna mitigate? This zone right here, I like this zone. It starts to get incredibly more sketchy past that zone for me. At first I wanted to expand this zone into this zone, but it doesn't really work that way. Because this is already a nip up above that, and this stuff already represents, for me, mitigation of the prior demand range. And so I go, okay, so if we mitigated there, cool. So is there anything remaining in the prior demand range that we have not mitigated? Yeah, there is. I would say it's probably down here, but the front face of this curls. It does not come down before up. It curls up. So I don't like that as much, right? And so I'm hesitant to even include. I don't feel like this is a zone that looks like it really holds it up. I don't. And then I go, okay, so if that doesn't work, if we are to range, again, let me get back to where I was. Well, unfortunately, I have to go. So I apologize, can't answer that question.